And welcome to Game 2 of the Southport Regional. It's the Mount Vernon Marauders and the Plainfield Quakers, and this pregame show is brought to you by York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Hi everybody, Howard Kellman with Dave Nicholson. That's not us, but we're in the broadcast area. Those are coaches. In any event, we have two schools here, Dave, that have had excellent seasons.
We have, and Andy Weaver out at Plainfield's been building that program for quite a while. Last year they won 20 and only lost 5. The year before that, 19-6, and they come in today 23-2. So he's been building with this senior class for a long time and have done it very well. It's been a long time since they've been to the regional, about 10 years, so they're excited to be here. Mount Vernon was here not too long ago, and they also have built into an excellent season, winning 17, losing only 6, and they are built around juniors. So they may have been looking for next year to be their year, but they're here this year. They're going to take full advantage of it. I think it's a great matchup.
Okay, and we'll look forward to your comments throughout the game. Pre-game show brought to you by York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, and we'll have our scene setter. First, let's pause for these words. Mount Vernon and Plainfield, this is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Our scene setter is brought to you by York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Mount Vernon and Plainfield. Dave Nicholson, the key players. We'll start with Mount Vernon.
For the Marauders of Mount Vernon High School, you start with twin brothers. Number 11, Ahmad Gerard, a 6'3 junior, 13 points a ball game. His twin brother, number 20, Ahmad Gerard, of course, 6'4 junior, of course. He's an inch taller than his brother. And his brother averages 13 points, and he only averages 12.9. So everything's even with the twins, and they are the heart and soul of the Marauders. Keys to the game for Mount Vernon. Find Scott. Scott being Ian Scott. He's a 6'7 center for Plainfield. The leading scorer for them, 17 points. He's a very, very good player. Mount Vernon must hit some threes. They shoot quite a few threes, and they're going to have to hit the threes because they've got 6'5 and 6'6 waiting on them inside. They may not be able to go inside. They need to speed the game up a little bit. Plainfield will be very cautious, very methodical, and I think Mount Vernon wants to go a little bit quicker. Let's look at the starters for Mount Vernon. At guard, number 11, Ahmad Gerard, a 6'3 junior, and number 20, Ahmad Gerard, a 6'4 junior. At third guard, number 21, Drew Walker, a 6'2 senior. Another guard, number 22, Cooper Gilly, a 6'3 junior. And in the middle, number 50, Ray Wells, a 6'3 junior. Now let's look at the Plainfield Quakers. Come in with an outstanding record, 23-2. The guy I was just talking about, number 13, Ian Scott, a 6'7" senior. Outstanding player, 17 points a game. His running mate, number 22 at forward, Cale Vanderbush, he's a 6'6 junior, gives him a 1-2 punch, 6'7 and 6'6". Cale averages 13 points a game. Keys to the game for Plainfield. They need to attack the paint, get the ball to the big guys, and they must defend the perimeter. I talked about the three-point shooting in Mount Vernon. They've got to guard the three-point line, and they want to control the tempo, and they do not like to run up and down at a fast pace. Starters for Plainfield this afternoon, number 5 at guard, Aiden Moyers, a 6'4 senior. Number 11, Dane Gardner, a 6'2 senior. Number 31, Aiden Boer, a 6'4 senior. Number 13, Ian Scott, a 6'7 senior. And number 22, Cale Vanderbush, a 6'6 junior.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Our scene setter brought to you by York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. That's our pregame show. We'll be back with the start of this regional contest. Mount Vernon and Plainfield. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. And we welcome you back to the Southport Regional. Game 2 today. Ahmad Gerard at 6'4", jumping center for Mount Vernon. Ian Scott at 6'7" for Plainfield. And the tip controlled by the Quakers. This is Aiden Moyers over to Aiden Boer. How about this defense by Mount Vernon?
Well, they're going to start man-to-man, and the key matchup would be in the post, of course, when you've got 6'7" and 6'6", Vanderbush and Scott down there.
Vanderbush was deep, didn't score. The follow put up and in by Ian Scott.
Ian Scott's just an outstanding player. He averages 17 points a game.
And he's the tallest player out there at 6'7". How about the Plainfield defense, Dave?
They're playing man-to-man, straight up. Neither team will want to play a fast pace, although I think Plainfield will want to play a little bit faster.
There's a baseline move back out to Ray Wells.
Ray's a strong defensive or offensive player. He's only 6'3", and he's going against 6'6" and 6'7".
Walker missed a long three.
Plainfield averages 59 points a game, whereas Mount Vernon averages 65. But the height advantage is going to be a key factor.
Scott double team with a nice pass down low. Here's Vanderbush deep, and he scores. Now he's 6'6", and he's the second tallest player out there. So they have Scott at 6'7", Vanderbush at 6'6". You mentioned the height advantage.
Yeah, the two guys I talked about are the two that have scored the first two baskets, and why not? If you have that size, you got to exploit it. Take the ball to them.
Ray Wells trying to muscle his way in. Turnaround jump, no. Rebound, Aiden Moyers. Quakers ahead 4-0. All the way to the hoop, uncontested. Dane Gardner lays it up and in.
Outstanding one-on-one move, and I knew that timeout would be coming because Coach Ben Rhodes just says, hey, we got to slow this down.
We'll take it with him. Plainfield 6, Mount Vernon nothing. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Plainfield ahead 6-0. Rivers Financial Services offers a wide range of tax, accounting, and QuickBooks consulting for individuals and small businesses. Call them at 317-485-5111 to schedule a consultation. They're located at 415 West Broadway in Fortville. They look forward to speaking with you. So it's 6-0 Plainfield, and Mount Vernon needs a basket badly, and there it is with a left hand, Cooper Galley. The 6'3" junior, very nicely done.
Cooper Galley is an excellent three-point shooter, 40%. That time he chose to take it to the basket. The defense knows they got to guard him out. That opens up the opportunity to make a quick dribble to the basket.
Work it down low, and they score inside again, and they're going to have to make an adjustment. That basket by Ian Scott, as Scott and Vanderbush are dominating inside.
That's pretty much all year. They've averaged 27 points between them. I'm sorry, they've averaged 30 points between them.
Here's
17.
Cooper Galley into the lane again. He didn't score that time. Cale Vanderbush with a rebound.
And to this point, Mount Vernon has not been able to get any offensive rebounds.
And a power move to the hoop by Aiden Boer. And Plainfield ahead 10-2. Gerard. Here's Ray Wells muscling inside. No. And he commits a foul. Red Ranch Shops is your store for unique home goods, vintage, antiques, and handcrafted artisan wares. Mention high school basketball to store owners Pete and Kim Hubert. By Friday, March 19th, your chance to win a $25 gift certificate at their store. Find Red Ranch Shops on Facebook and at 214 South Main in Fortville. And now we know what Pete Hubert's doing. The retired athletic director here at Southport.
1-2-2 trap there by Mount Vernon.
Oh, a beautiful pass. Beautifully done. And the basket inside by Ian Scott. And this is getting one-sided in a hurry. Plainfield ahead 12-2. Mount Vernon's got to keep its cool and not rush things. And there's a rejection on the Drew Walker shot.
Well, the size overall of Plainfield is really hurting Mount Vernon, obviously. They've got the Dane Gardner, who is a 6'2" guard, and they got Aiden Moyer, who's a 6'4" guard. So they're big all around. It's not just Scott and Vanderbush. It's a very tall basketball team.
At Andy Moore Kia, there's a fresh lineup. The Telluride, the K5 has replaced the Optima, and now the redesigned Sorrento. Andy Moore Kia in Avon. Joe Capitan done a great job as GN, and Jesse and Lorraine. Andy Moore Kia. Now that's an inbounds pass that went a long way.
That was the third option. They looked for screen to screener, and they looked for the two options there. It wasn't there, so they threw the safety one in the backcourt.
Gardner missed the shot and then committed the foul after Mount Vernon rebounded.
Yeah, that's a frustration foul. He missed what he thought was a good opportunity, tried to make up for it. That's not the way to do it, not 80 feet from the basket, committing a personal.
Special hello to the great people at 9-Star Connect, Hancock County's utility co-op. Dave Spencer, Eric Whittington, and that crew. When you think of Mount Vernon High School, you think of 9-Star Connect. That's their territory. Glad to have 9-Star Connect aboard, and here are the Marauders needing a basket badly. Armand Girard, no, and the rebound taken down by Cale Vanderbush.
Nice look there for Ahmad, but they only get one chance. Plainfield is cleaning up the defensive boards. A lot of movement, good execution by the Quakers.
And Vanderbush tied up. That pass is intercepted by Girard. And he lays it in. Armand Girard, nicely done.
Great anticipation there by Ahmad. Here they are in that 1-2-2 press. About a three-quarter court, trying to get a little trap going.
Oh, did they beat that? And Ian Scott slams it through, and they are just dominating on the inside.
Well, that's 8 points for Scott already. Fundamentally, Plainfield's so solid. They anticipate the passes, they get deflections, get steals, they execute on offense, and they stay in position on defense and the checkout. They have not missed a checkout in this ballgame.
Vanderbush boxed out, and he grabbed the rebound. It's 14-4 Plainfield. Here's Aiden Moyers. Work it down low, and here's a whistle and a foul underneath. We mentioned Dave Spencer, Erica Whittington, and the great people at 9-Star Connect. And a special hello to J.R. Gaylor, Executive Director, Associated Builders and Contractors, Merritt Shop Construction. J.R.'s done a great job there for several decades as Executive Director. So here's Plainfield.
Foul was on the floor, no free throws involved. They're just methodical, very accurate, good execution.
They're ahead 14-4. Beginning to wonder if they may play for the last shot of the quarter. We've got 1:04 to go.
I don't think so. I think they're working for the good opportunity.
They're working that ball in. Beautifully done again. He was traveling, no basket. Wow. Urban Air Adventure Park is open in Noblesville. Let the kids fly through the park on their Skyrider, take on their climbing walls, or reach new heights on their trampolines. It's the ultimate indoor playground for the whole family. Go to urbanairnoblesville.com to reserve your spot today. Urban Air, let them fly. New to Plainfield, your Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram has what you need when it comes to sales and service. Over 250 models in stock, a knowledgeable team. They can find what you're looking for. They're number one. You are. Well, basket at the other end, Dave.
Excellent move there by Ray Wells. He's a big guy, but he can put it on the floor a little bit. He took 2 dribbles, took his time, and used the glass to get it down. Nice move by Wells. There's that half-court 1-2-2. So far, Plainfield has not been bothered by it. They've got you notice how they got the floor spaced correctly. If you have correct spacing, have people in the right spots, you can beat about any press.
And they're playing for the last shot of the quarter, ahead by 8. That's a long one by Morris. They haven't been shooting from out there. Look at that tip. Another tip, no. That's the end of the first quarter. Plainfield 14, Mount Vernon 6. Now let's go to Coach Izzo for the IU basketball minute roundup. And welcome back to the Southport Regional Game 2 today. Lawrence North beat Ben Davis in the first one. Dave, your impressions of period 1?
Well, too much size in that first period, particularly Ian Scott, who's been really, really prominent all year, is the leader with 8 points in the quarter, but the size. Mount Vernon's having a tough time getting open shots, and really a tough time rebounding.
And Ian Scott after the turnover, and it counts in a foul.
Here's the York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram replay. Great anticipation. Scott takes off, basket to basket, way to run the court. He gets rewarded by getting the dunk and getting another opportunity at the free throw line.
Drew Walker committed the foul, and he completes the three-point play. What does Mount Vernon have to do, or can they do anything to stop this, Dave?
They're, number one, you don't give them breakaways. You don't give them steals. You be safe with the ball. Let's start. That's an offensive foul.
Yep, and they called it on Ray Wells. Indiana Physical Therapy, your choice for physical therapy and athletic rehabilitation. IPT has been an industry leader since 1988. Locations in Avon, Canby, and South Emerson. Find them online at indianaapt.com. The Indiana Sheriff's Association builds communities of trust and promotes public welfare through the cooperation of different sheriff's offices throughout Indiana. ISA has been proudly serving the citizens of Indiana since 1930. And there's Hancock County Sheriff Brad Burkhart, and Mount Vernon located in Hancock County. And a special hello to Executive Director Steve Luce and Lauren and Laura and the great people with the Indiana Sheriff's Association.
A lot of activity there, and it ends up with Mount Vernon with the ball out of bounds. To add to what I said about what they could do, they got to continue to be patient. The faster they hurry, the more behind they're going to get. So don't force the issue. Don't become frustrated. That has happened to Ray Wells there a while ago. He got a little frustrated, got the second foul, and pushing on. Just keep grinding. Keep attacking, keep grinding.
Oh, some good defense, too, played by Plainfield.
It's their awesome size that's causing the problem. They're taller at every position, and considerably so.
Behind the back maneuver. And they just have shut down Mount Vernon to this point. And shot selection somewhat questionable. Long three. Here's a foul underneath. Andy Moore, Avon Nissan on US 36. Not too far from Plainfield, 5 minutes from Avon High School. It's the #1 Nissan dealership in the greater Indianapolis area. Pat Hurst, Aaron Richardson, Nick and Mike and the great crew at Andy Moore, Avon Nissan. That's where we got our Maxima. Drove it out here today. Gerard in close, and he scores. That's a nice move by Ahmad Gerard.
The Gerard boys can score 13 and 12.9, basically 13 apiece. But they've got to just be patient, like that move there by Ahmad. Let it come to you. Don't try to force it. Don't get frustrated. Got number 10, Avery, in the ball game, and he's a very quick little guard. He can make some things happen. He's a 5'11" junior.
Here's Vanderbush. I thought he might have shuffled his feet there. The follow put up and in by guess who? Ian Scott again. On the Indiana members credit union scoreboard, Plainfield dominating, leading by 11. There's a good look by Drew Walker. No, and Ian Scott, who has dominated at both ends, grabs the rebound.
Once again, Mount Vernon's got to pick their shots carefully because they're only getting one attempt. No follow attempts allowed by Plainfield.
Here's a fast break, and he laid it in. Armand Gerard. He had that, call it the Euro step there.
Euro step. It always looks like travel, but it really isn't. But back in the day, it would have been called travel. Mount Vernon still continue to work hard on defense. They're working, spend the energy. It's just a matter of patience by Plainfield. They're picking what they want to happen.
Long three, no. Look at that follow. No, and Armand Girard grabs the rebound. And that is Avery Williams missing a three. That bucket would have gotten the closest they've been in a while. The lead is 9.
And you recognize that when Plainfield gets the ball, they're not forcing it. They're waiting to make things happen. That time, maybe they could have had a fast break. They didn't think it was a good opportunity.
Look at that one by Dane Gardner, the 6'2" senior. It's a 3.
Gardner's a 36% shooter behind the 3 line. That was the patience I'm talking about.
Armand Girard, no. Rebound, Ian Scott. What numbers he's put up. Rebounding and scoring so far. Oh, a near steal. And they did take it away this time. Here's a 4-on-3. Oh, what a move. It counts in a foul. It counts in a foul for Avery Williams.
That's the quickness he brings to the game. Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Nice one-on-one quick move. And that was brought to you by York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram.
How about if we pause for these words? This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Well, we didn't. We're staying right here.
Williams wasn't able to convert that three-point play, but he brings quickness to the game.
Ball knocked away. That's Vanderbush deep. Excellent. And he didn't score. Look at Scott grab that rebound. To Vanderbush. Beautifully done.
They got to get a body on Scott down inside. He has a great nose for the basketball, great anticipation where it's coming off the rim. I would have a guy just stay with him, check him. Don't worry about rebounding yourself. Make sure that Scott doesn't get around you.
And that is Avery Williams, number 10, back out to Ahmad Girard.
They're leaving the middle open so that hopefully they can drive down the middle. Plainfield's pretty good at jumping to the ball and plugging up the middle. And without Ray Wells in there, he has 2 fouls. The size of Mount Vernon goes down even smaller.
3 partially blocked. Great defensive play. There's Moyers.
He's a 6'4" guy, but he's a guard. Handles the ball well.
Oh, they did it again inside. The shot no good. This time we'll pause for these words. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Good luck to the Plainfield boys basketball team in the regionals. Go Kale and Dury from Tim and Tammy Haynes at Haynes Roofing, Siding and Gutters.
Yeah, Tim played for Newcastle, and we covered him when he was in high school.
Cool. And we're down to 2:10 left in the half. There's a foul, a blocking foul.
Ahmad Girard made a really strong move there. Here's your replay from York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Strong. Now watch. He protects the ball, but he puts the shoulder on the chest of the defender to draw the foul. It was well done. That foul was on Ian Scott, his first.
Andy Moore, Avon Nissan on US 36. Month after month, year after year, the #1 Nissan dealership in the greater Indianapolis area. Andy Moore, Avon Nissan. That's where we got our Maxima. Pat Hurst, Aaron Richardson, and Mike and Nick and that great crew. Seals Funeral Home, serving the Fortville community since 1957. Seals Funeral Home understands the value of participating in high school sports and the life lessons learned. They wish the Marauders the best of luck.
Ahmad Girard knocked down a couple of free throws. And you would think it might be a 20-point game. It's only a 10-point game, Howard. It's not out of control at all. Very feasible to work back into this.
Well, they'll have to make some kind of adjustment because they haven't stopped plays like that. But if you miss the shot, that was again well done by the Quakers, getting that ball inside.
They got to stop on defense now. Just pick it up. May have pushed off and got the
I
offensive
thought that was
foul.
an offensive foul. It was on Avery Williams. New to Plainfield, York. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram has just what you need when it comes to sales and service. Fully stocked inventory of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned inventory. They're positive they can find what you're looking for. Let us show you why we're not number one, you are. That's York, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
That background walking the sidelines over there is Avery Weaver. He's been in coaching 27 years, won 337 games. He is a longtime coach at Western High School in Howard County. We did his game up there. 3 years at Pioneer High School before that.
Look at Vanderbush. Oh, how well done that was with a couple of beautiful fakes, and he lays it in. At the other end, a rejection by Ian Scott off the Girard drive. Beautifully done by Ian Scott. Here's a whistle and a foul. Plainfield by 12. We'll pause for these words. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Drew Walker commits the personal. Cale Vanderbush at the line. Indiana Members Credit Union, a local full-service financial institution and a proud sponsor of WHMB TV 40 Sports, and they are our scoreboard sponsor. Andy Moore Toyota on US 36 in Avon. Minutes from 465 and from Avon High School. You talk about a great selection of vehicles. Andy Moore Toyota in Avon, that's where we got our Forerunner. They've got it all there. Great dealership. Ben Mendoza and Chris and Stephanie and that crew. Andy Moore Toyota in Avon.
Cale Vanderbush missed the free throw opportunity.
Look at that rejection by Ian Scott. 38 seconds left. First half, they're up by 13. I thought he might have traveled before he got fouled, but
there's a good look at Andy Weaver. Been a successful coach, 5 consecutive winning seasons there at Plainfield, and he has rebuilt that program over the 9 years that he's been there.
Vanderbush makes it.
The 1-2 punch of Scott and Vanderbush has just been awesome here in the first half.
And the rebound to Eli Breidenthal. 20 seconds left. Avery Williams, and he hits.
He's
5'11" junior.
Yeah, Avery's provided a little bit of a spark. That's his second field goal since he entered the ball game here in the second quarter.
Plainfield playing for the last shot of the half. We're down to 5 seconds. Got to get rid of that ball.
It'll go up.
Vanderbush, what a way to end a great first half. It counts. Cale Vanderbush. That's the end of the first half. Plainfield 30, Mount Vernon 16. Now let's go to Coach Iso for this week's top 5 boys teams in Central Indiana.
Tonight's halftime is brought to you by Urban Air Adventure Park in Noblesville, Indiana. Let the kids fly. Go to urbanairnoblesville.com to reserve your spot today. On the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard, Plainfield Quakers 30, Mount Vernon Marauders 16. Let's take a look at how those scores got accumulated here in the first half. Nice steal by Ahmad Gerard. Coast to coast, lays up an easy layup. He had 4 points there in the first half. And here he is again on that Euro step to the basket in the second of his baskets. Twin brother Ahmad, he also had 4 points in the first half. At the other end, a long, deep shot by Dane Gardner. 3 points for Plainfield. nice pass down inside. And the guy that had a great first half, Ian Scott, he had 13 points in that first half. There he is for 2 more of them on a slam dunk. An outstanding half for Ian Scott. A lot of catch-up work for Mount Vernon to do to get back in this ball game. They stand behind the Quakers 30-16. Tonight's halftime is brought to you by Urban Air Adventure Park in Noblesville, Indiana. Let the kids fly. Go to urbanairnoblesville.com to reserve your spot today. Not impossible, but it's going to be a difficult climb for Mount Vernon. Stick around and let's see what happens.
And we begin this third quarter, Plainfield leading 30-16, and the Quakers led 14-6 at the quarter. Dave, what were your thoughts on the first half?
Well, we expected Scott and Vanderbush to be strong. They are. They came out with 23 points there of the 30 in the first half. 6'7", 6'6". Size hurt Mount Vernon, and when Ray Wells, their big, strong guy, he's only 6'3", but he's big and strong. When he got his second early foul, it was lights out. So too much size. Mount Vernon's going to have to work really, really hard to get back into the ball game, attacking the basket, hopefully getting to the free throw line some.
Opening moment, third quarter on the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard. Quakers by 14. You talk about muscling inside, now back outside. Vanderbush tries to use the backboard, doesn't get it. Ahmad Gerard rebounds, and he has the ball knocked away and stolen by Aiden Moyers.
Nice job of running the court hard by Aiden Moyers. Flipped that ball away.
Scott to the hoop, no. That's a good job of blocking out there by Ray Wells, and he got fouled. And we'll tell you, you can check out Andy Moore Avon Nissan on US 36. 5 minutes from Avon High School, not too far from Plainfield either. It's the #1 Nissan dealership in the greater Indianapolis area. Pat Hurst, Aaron Richardson, Mike and Nick, and the great crew at Andy Moore Avon Nissan. That's where we got our Maxima.
Carl Vanderbush picked up his second foul by going over the top there.
That didn't go by Gerard. Follow, though, put up and in.
That's a good no call. There was not enough contact there by Ray Wells to knock down the defender. More of a flop.
30-18 Plainfield. Quakers have dominated from the get-go. That's Dane Gardner.
Mount Vernon's just got to be intense on defense, try to get one and done, get the ball back, and go down and work hard to get another point. Just a little bit at a time. There's no such thing as a 12-point basket.
Well, this time Mount Vernon's done a good job on this defensive set, but time and time again, Plainfield's gotten inside for easy shots using their height advantage.
And they're taller at every position.
Ian Scott, he doesn't usually shoot from that angle over there facing the basket. Interesting how some players are better back to the basket, others better facing the basket. And the follow by Ahmad Gerard. And they cut it to 10 with 4 straight points.
And now get another stop, come down and work hard to get another point. You just got to keep grinding if you're the Marauders. You're right about some players not being sufficient on the inside with their back to the basket on offense. And both the guys from Plainfield, I think, prefer facing the basket, even though they're 6'6" and 6'7".
Ian Scott down low.
They'd really prefer that a lot.
And they're doing that. That's exactly what they're doing.
Get Scott down inside and repeat it. If it's working, why go away from it?
And then they can get Vanderbush down inside as well. They both have played great. Ray Wells, and he scores. And he's a good player, as Dave mentioned. Good athlete. We've played 3 minutes of the third quarter. That's Vanderbush. He got the step. Didn't score, though. And the rebound, Cooper Galley. Ball, rather, Drew Walker. Ball knocked out of bounds. Indiana Physical Therapy, your choice for physical therapy and athletic rehabilitation. IPT has been an industry leader since 1988. Locations in Avon, Canby, and South Emerson. Find them online at indianaapt.com.
Gilly tried to drive where there was nowhere to go. Turned the ball over. And result, Gardner comes down and gets an easy basket.
Dane Gardner scoring.
They were at that break point, I thought, Mount Vernon. They had it to 10, and had they got a basket the last possession, they would have felt good about it.
And that is Ahmad Gerard.
And it's back at the 10. Now, if you can get a stop, you got to really appreciate the little run that Mount Vernon is making.
Well, Mount Vernon's done much better inside so far. And that is Cale Vanderbush. Tough angle shot left side. But Plainfield has not bottled up Mount Vernon so far in the third quarter. They're working the ball inside. They're moving it around. You can say Mount Vernon's offense is much better. Plainfield's defense isn't as good so far. Ray Wells.
It's not Ray's strength.
Yep.
His strength is in the paint.
Ian Scott got the rebound. That's Boer, and Aiden Boer drains a three.
And all of a sudden, it's blowing back out to a 15-point lead.
And it was 14 at the half. Here's Gerard. Baseline move, nicely done. Cooper Galley. And a timeout is called, and we'll take it with him. On the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard, Plainfield 39, Mount Vernon 26. On the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Plainfield leads by 13. New to Plainfield, York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has what you need when it comes to sales and service. Expert team of technicians. They can keep your vehicle in top working condition for every season. Pull into the express lane for fast and easy service or shop service specials online. Let them show you why you're number one, not them.
I was watching the Mount Vernon huddle. Coach Ben Rhodes was really coaching hard. He does a good job down there. He was a longtime assistant to Mark James that you remember from Franklin Central and Ben Davis. Outstanding coach, so you learned a lot from him. And Ben played at IUPUI. He's improved the program each year he's been at Mount Vernon.
That didn't go. Good rebound by Ray Wells, and a whistle and a foul underneath. And good luck to the Plainfield boys basketball team in the regionals. Go Cale and Dury from Tim and Tammy Haynes at Haynes Roofing, Siding, and Gutters.
That's the third foul on Cale Vanderbush, who's been a key cog in this Plainfield offense today.
Andy Moore Toyota on US 36 in Avon. Minutes from 465, minutes from Avon High School. You talk about a great selection of vehicles. You've got that at Andy Moore Toyota. That's where we got our forerunner, Ben Mendoza and Chris and Stephanie. Great management team, great sales team. Andy Moore Toyota in Avon.
Wells not able to knock that free throw down.
The lead is 13. Nice dish inside, and Ian Scott makes it a 15-point game.
If there's anybody you don't want to lose, it's Ian Scott. Vanderbush is on the bench with 3 personals. Now's the chance for Mount Vernon to cut into this lead if they get stops on defense.
Here's Gerard. Good look from the free throw line, no, and the rebound to Michael Reynolds.
High quality shot that time.
Well, Plainfield up by 15. Spinning and twisting. And it's good. Very nicely done by Dane Gardner.
He's quietly having a nice game. That's 9 points for Gardner. A little bit of an elbow push off there.
And Gerard's got it. He's got the 3.
Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram York. That was a nice shot, and the momentum carried Ian Scott into him, and Ian Scott picks up his second personal foul.
And he's got it. 1:40 left to go in the third quarter. That is Dane Gardner.
Got to focus on Scott with Vanderbush out of the game. Make sure you do not lose sight of where number 13 is, even on the checkout.
Aiden Moyers, no. And that's Cooper Galley, number 22, muscling his way inside, and Ian Scott made a great play from behind, knocked the ball out of bounds. The Indiana Sheriff's Association builds communities of trust and promotes public welfare through the cooperation of different sheriff's offices throughout Indiana. ISA has been proudly serving the citizens of Indiana since 1930. Hendricks County Sheriff Brett Clark, Plainfield and Hendricks County. And the new beautiful offices the ISA has are in Avon. They're in Hendricks County as well. So thanks to Steve Luce and company at the Indiana Sheriff's Association. Muscling inside, Ray Wells, no. Rebound, Dane Gardner.
I'll tell you, a guy for Plainfield is really working on defense is Michael Reynolds, number 4. He wasn't a starter, but since he's come in, he's putting a lot of press, him with the ball right there. He's putting a lot of pressure on Plainfield's guards.
Down to 30 seconds left in the third quarter. 14-point Plainfield lead. The Quakers have led from the get-go.
Take it down to about 4 seconds and give the ball to Ian Scott.
And they got it inside, and
Wide
Aiden
open.
Moyers scores.
Got time if you push it.
8 seconds, got to get moving. Down to 5 seconds. That'll count if it goes. A long three. No. That's the end of the third quarter. Another good one for Plainfield. Plainfield 45, Mount Vernon 29. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Howard Kellman, Dave Nicholson, executive producer, production manager Jeff Elliott, director Dave West. The entire TV 40 crew in the third quarter, Dave. Mount Vernon made a move in the outset, cutting a 14-point lead to 10, but Plainfield got going.
Well, you're right. Mount Vernon made a little bit of a run there, but you give Plainfield credit. They answered every time that Mount Vernon would make a run. Plainfield had an answer either on defense or on offense. They've maintained that lead throughout. A 16-point lead, they're pretty comfortable.
And that didn't go for Ahmad Gerard. And we're in the opening moment of the fourth quarter. As Dave said, Plainfield leads by 16. Plainfield led by 8 at the quarter and by 14 at the half. So they've lengthened their lead after each quarter.
Your good ball clubs do not change if they have a 16-point lead or if they're 10 or 12 down. They keep executing the same. Plainfield's in that category. You watch Carmel play. They play the same way. They do not change. Their tempo stays the same. Their speed stays the same. Execution stays the same. If they get ahead 10, they want to be ahead 12.
Foul prior to the shot. And Andy Moore, Volkswagen. 0% financing for 72 months on most 2021 models. Say hello to new GM Mike Tellison. Great dealership. Andy Moore, Volkswagen in Avon. It'll be 5 years old on August the 1st. Hey, somehow he got there. Had
his arm. Foul. They were holding him. He was taking a step, not dribbling.
He was being dragged along.
Here's the York Chrysler Dodge Plymouth Ram replay. He had his arm. He couldn't get the shot up.
Now, is that close to a travel also?
It was, but when the guy's got your arm, the foul takes precedence over the extra step. You couldn't put the ball down on the dribble. The guy was holding his arm.
And he's got that one. Andy Moore Toyota on US 36 in Avon. Minutes from 465. Minutes from Avon High School. You talk about a great selection and many, many vehicles. Andy Moore Toyota. That's where we got our forerunner. And Ben Mendoza and Chris and Stephanie and the whole sales crew. They'll take care of you. Andy Moore Toyota in Avon.
Nice free throws there by Dane Gardner.
And that ball went out of bounds. Seals Funeral Home, serving the Fortville community since 1957. Seals Funeral Home understands the value of participating in high school sports and the life lessons learned. Seals Funeral Home wishes the Marauders the best of luck. Michael Reynolds. So a long, long three. Didn't go by Aiden Moyers. Whoop. Plainfield player hit the deck, no foul. And laying it up and in is Dane Gardner.
As I said earlier, he's quietly having a really nice afternoon.
That's a foul on Ian Scott.
Ian thought he had all ball. Official says, no, you got part of the arms. Here's a York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram replay along the baseline. There comes Scott. A lot of basketball.
He misses that, will get another. And Andy Moore Kia. There's a fresh lineup. The Telluride. The K5 has replaced the Optima, and now the redesigned Sorrento. Andy Moore Kia in Avon, winning awards for excellence. Joe Capithan's done a great job since becoming GM. His sons Bryce and Blake are football players. And Joe and Jesse and Lorraine and the crew at Andy Moore Kia in Avon. Great dealership.
Travel.
Here's a travel.
The bounce pass from Gardner kind of surprised him, and he wasn't able to get the dribble down.
We played almost 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, and Plainfield has the biggest lead of the game, 19 points. There's a foul underneath. Special.
York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram replay by York. Nice little shot fake there. And you saw the foul that was on Aiden Moyers. It's his first foul of the ball game.
Special hello to Matt Tyner and the great people of Williams Comfort Air. What a job they do. They'll take care of your heating and cooling needs. They have Mr. Plummer, and we use them. So does Keith Passon, general manager at Channel 40. Williams Comfort Air.
Gerard knocks down the second free throw. Mount Vernon is a pretty good free throw shooting team, 72%, but they're going to have to get to the line a bunch to get back in this ball game. There's a young man that hasn't scored a lot, but he really adds a spark to Plainfield. Michael Reynolds, a 5'11" senior, very quick with the ball, and he doesn't seek his shots. He seeks to get his teammates a shot. Very good with it. There's what I'm talking about.
Beautiful ball movement, absolutely terrific, and Dane Gardner scores.
Good teams share the basketball. Plainfield is a good team, and they certainly share the basketball. A lot of assists in this ball game.
Ray Wells with a power move to the hoop. Nicely done by the 6'3" junior.
Nice touch by Ray. Ray on that move made a little bit of a bump on the defender, and I tell you, when Ray makes a bump on you, you know it. He's a strong young man.
Oh yeah. Let's see what this is. We'll pause for these words. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. And the foul is on Ray Wells.
Number 3 on Ray.
That's a partially blocked shot.
Wow, a lot of contact on that one, I thought.
There's some contact there. Offensive foul on Ahmad Gerard.
York Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Ooh, that was a good call. Gardner was real proud of that, and he should have been, because he had position and held it. The foul was on Ahmad Gerard. That's his third.
On the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard, Plainfield in control, leading by 18. Quakers led by 8 at the quarter, 14 at the half, 16 after 3 quarters. Michael Reynolds.
Every team is going to have a player that may not score a lot.
Well done by Cale Vanderbush.
But a guy that handles the ball, gets assists, plays hard defense, and that's Michael Reynolds.
Ray lost the ball.
Got
Here's
numbers.
a 4-on-1. And he'll lay it in. Dane Gardner. Now the lead is up to 22.
With that basket, that's 17 points.
Look at Ray Wells hit that three from the outside, and he's 1 of 3 this season now from three-point land. So he doesn't usually shoot them out there.
He's got the feel for it.
Yep.
I mentioned Dane Gardner. He averages 9 points a game. He has 17 points in this ball game.
Counts and a foul for Cale Vanderbush.
Good look at Andy Weaver. He's feeling pretty comfortable right now.
And he should be. Indiana Members Credit Union, a local full-service financial institution and a proud sponsor of WHMB TV 40 Sports. Ron Collier and those people.
The guy in the blue shirt on the bench there beside Andy Weaver, Jason Young, longtime coach at Avon High School, now working with Andy.
Nice move to the hoop by Avery Williams. He didn't score, though.
Got the foul call and scrambled for the ball. I believe they called that on Michael Reynolds. So
it's shaping up to be Plainfield against Lawrence North in the championship game tonight. You'll see it right here on WHMB TV 40. They're battling inside, and another foul is called.
It looks like they called that on Michael Reynolds again. He's a very aggressive player. York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram replay. Michael Reynolds was fighting for the ball. He's got called for a couple of fouls here in the last few seconds, and it's hustle plays. Coach is not going to be critical of those.
Avery Williams makes it. New to Plainfield, York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has what you need when it comes to sales and service. Over 250 models in stock, a friendly, knowledgeable team. They're positive they can find just what you're looking for. Let them show you why we're not #1, you are. York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram.
Okay, Avery Williams was able to make both free throws. I'm not sure what the call was at that. They called Drew Walker. And that is 5 fouls on Drew Walker.
Cooper Galley back in. Three minutes and 9 seconds left, and it's all Plainfield.
Well, Ben Rhodes is going to look back on this season as a good season. He's going to end up 17-7, but he starts 4 juniors, so they should be loaded going into next year. Nice pass.
Free man underneath. Defensive play. The shot blocked. Here's Wells, and he lays it in. Nicely done by Ray Wells.
Ray Wells doesn't look like he would be agile, but he is. He has good coordination.
Timeout. We'll take it with them with a score on the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard. Plainfield 57, Mount Vernon 40. We'll pause for these words. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. And we welcome you back to the Southport Regional Game 2 today. Lawrence North defeated Ben Davis in Game 1. Lawrence North plays the winner of this one in the championship game tonight, and Plainfield in command. The lead cut to 17. It was 21 a moment ago. The pressing in the backcourt, and the Quakers beat that press. And the ball is stolen. But
he stepped on the sideline.
Yeah, nice defensive play by Avery Williams, but he stepped out of bounds.
When you play to the horn, it doesn't matter if you're down 17 points. You're Mount Vernon. And they're doing that very thing. They're playing as hard as they can here in the last 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes left to go. Plainfield by 17. It's been a great day for the Quakers. Coming in 23-2. And a short put up and in there by Durry Smith, a 5'9" sophomore.
That was a nifty little move he made.
Yeah.
Under the guy, a little fake, and then put it over the front lip. Not an easy move.
Bray Wells missing, crashing the boards there. Missing the shot inside. Armand Gerard, that was Eli Breidenthal who crashed the boards. Whoop, and they beat it up court, and Durry Smith scored again.
Hey, points per minutes played. It's got to go to Durry Smith. He's got 4 points here in about 14 seconds.
There's a long one by Gerard, no. Reynolds ends up with the ball.
I like Reynolds. He's a hard-nosed guy. He'll take it at you. He'll take a lick and give a lick.
And let's see what the call is here.
I believe they said
he might have stepped on the sideline.
He did. He came down with his foot on the sideline right in front of Coach. And Coach Weaver's going to say, okay, you've got this extra minute and 25 seconds of rest. We've got another game to play tonight.
Clears the bench.
A lot of coaching experience in those two guys, Andy Weaver, Jason Young. Weaver's been at it 27 years.
Work it back outside, and that's a three by Avery Williams. Nicely done. 61-45 Plainfield, and we have 1 minute left in this one.
Avery Williams is only a junior, so he'll be part of that group back next year also. And he's 41% three-point shooters. He has quickness, and he has scored very well today. He has 9 points. Did not start.
Breidenthal got the rebound. And it counts in a foul. Cameron Young committed the personal.
Nice move by Chris Hayes to drive it. What's this? York Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram replay. Left-handed dribble. He faked the pass out and put up the hook shot off the glass. Nice move by Chris Hayes. He's a senior. That's a shot he'll remember.
And he completes the three-point play. 9 of 14 from the foul line this season. For Chris, 35 seconds to go. Plainfield on the way to advancing to the championship game, and there's a steal. 2-on-1, and laying it up and in is Avery Williams. Racing across, Durry Smith.
Trying to run the clock out, but I say Mount Vernon plays horn to horn. I like that. Yeah, they're going to lose the ball game by 11 or 12 points, but they're fighting really hard.
Plainfield ahead by 11 on the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard. It took a little while to get that ball in bounds. That's an over and back, I believe.
You know, I question that call because I didn't think he had control of the ball.
That's a good point.
You know, he was coming down to catch it. He's allowed to catch it in the backcourt. I think it was a little quick on that whistle.
There's a long three. No, and 5 seconds to go. Ball knocked away and put up and in by Eli Breidenthal, and that'll do it. Terrific game by Plainfield. The final score, Plainfield 61, Mount Vernon 52. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. And once again, the final score in game 2. Plainfield 61, Mount Vernon 52. Championship game tonight. Lawrence North versus Plainfield at 9:30. We'll see you then. For Jeff Elliott, Dave West, Dave Nicholson, and the entire TV 40 crew, I'm Howard Kellman. Goodbye, everybody.